Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, taking requests from you all in chat when it comes to our characters, weapons, enemies, and arenas. And for what it's worth, at least if there's anyone watching this on YouTube when we upload it, this, I believe, will end up being our 100th session of Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, which is exciting. You know, sure, it's an arbitrary number, but it's still a high number. So thank you, everybody who has been supporting throughout this Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer journey. Only 100 is the first thing Itachi says for Andromeda specifically. Andromeda specifically, which we only started more or less exactly a couple of years ago, at least for the multiplayer. I mean, I very much did not play Andromeda when it first came out. I was new to it when we did the campaign about 3 years ago, started the multiplayer about 2 years ago, and right, that's nothing. Big country's in. Itachi is interested in getting in. Boris, how's it going? Sovkrin. I've streamed more Andromeda than nearly everyone else. I know, like, only 100? Come on, man. That number's not big enough. Well, before we get started, I'll head on over to the store and see if there's anything we can cash in here. We may be able to do a little bit to celebrate things. We do, of course, have, I mean, not that I have anything super dramatic planned, but we do have a few Mass Effect Andromeda specific challenges in the tome that we've yet to get to. I think we broke out one last week. I know there aren't nearly as many as we have for Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, but there are several that are Andromeda specific, and then we have, I'm sure, countless ones that may have been designed with Mass Effect 3 in mind, but could theoretically be adapted to Mass Effect Andromeda, so we could certainly look to celebrate with some of that stuff if we want to mess around with some more out-of-the-ordinary types of matches. As for the stuff in the store, unfortunately, ultra-rare character, not really looking for that. So I think we're just going to head over to the credit-based packs, and this is the other difference between Mass Effect 3 and Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. We've been going for 2 years, and although we have started to make some pretty significant progress, we reached an important landmark recently, getting our first ultra-rare weapon variety maxed out. We still have quite a ways to go before we have fully maxed out our manifest. Getting some ultra-rare consumables here, but it's the ultra-rare weapons we're looking for. Yeah, I mean, Odie has certainly done a lot of Mass Effect and Mass Effect 3 multiplayer streams, and on occasion, I think he did Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, though I'm not sure if he's done much of that as of late, and in general, I think he's been doing a little bit more other stuff outside of the Mass Effect world. So maybe right now, at this very moment, right. That hasn't been happening recently, so maybe at this very moment it might be just me, but... Or at least, I'm sure there's somebody out there who's doing it as well, but it's a relatively small community in this day and age. Oh, Black Widow Siphon. Okay, we'll take that. King Styles, how's it going? Good to see you too. I have to double check. How many people is that now? Who are looking to get in here? Yeah, I mean, we're doing it basically every week. For multiple years in a row now. So, I mean, even to the extent possible, if I can anticipate that there are going to be weeks when I'm not going to be available, I either record things in advance, and, you know, obviously it's not a live stream in that case, it's recording something that I ultimately post on YouTube, or on the other end, I could, you know, after the fact, if I miss something, I could record a makeup stream of sorts. So, as I said, with 52 weeks in a year, if we are now at session number 100, that means we're probably talking more or less 2 years, right on the money. Yeah, are we looking at a full lobby right now? So if it's me, Itachi, that's 2. Sovkrin is here, but hasn't necessarily said he's looking to get in right now. Likewise with Boris, I think. But then Big Country and King Styles, that would be 4 total. So yeah, that would mean full lobby, assuming that works for all of you guys. And I'm not forgetting anyone or misrepresenting somebody's interest. Okay. Take a quick peek at what the dailies are today. It's magma and it's silver. Okay, I mean, that's should be doable. Basically, can do that with any character, which is nice. And the other thing, I mean, not that it's really a celebratory thing, but we've been working toward getting these bonus stats completed over the course of that 2-year period. And shields and recharge speed, those we've maxed out a while ago at this point. The health and shield regeneration delay reduction, those are the things that we've been prioritizing as of late because they were lagging the furthest behind and they don't have very many characters with that bonus stat. But health regeneration cap has just kind of been very close, hanging around being complete for a while, but hasn't made a lot of movement because I've been prioritizing those other 2 ones. But we could probably, fairly feasibly, max out health regeneration cap today. So that's another little tiny way we can potentially add something for our 100th session. Been playing a lot of single player for Andromeda, I assume we're talking about here, Itachi. Nice. Okay, well, let me... Nice. Suppose I could switch to, given what I was just saying, could switch to someone who has that health regeneration cap as the bonus stat. Usually the go-to would be the base human infiltrator. So that's probably where I'll go. Okay. So I guess I would search for silver, but we should probably make a lobby. Okay. Let's go... We said magma, right? Okay. Alright. So, theoretically, you guys may be able to search for this one now if you look for magma. Let's see. How many... Lobby should be public now, I think. And... That's what? That's a few matches, I think, to get the health regeneration cap. That, I mean, if we went, like, straight into plat and put on an XP booster, maybe we'd be fine. Is there another lob? Ugh, darn it. Okay, maybe what I'll do is... what's the best way to do it, then? Let me see if I can get... What if I search for silver? What happens? Oh, well, that's lovely. That's fantastic. Love to see that. Okay. There's another... I assume they're doing the daily stuff. It reset a little while ago, so I'm actually a little surprised about that, but... Okay. Perfect game with no bugs, right? Itachi joined the other lobby as well. T-Dog's the host? Okay. Yeah. Yup. That makes sense. Alright. Tell you what, maybe I'll reboot real quick, because as we were just saying, it did look like it was being a little buggy there. Let's boot back up, maybe that'll help us get the stuff we're looking for, whether that means creating the lobby or... I mean, ideally we'd be creating the lobby, because we established we have the, enough people to fill a full group, so using a random other person as a conduit probably is not the way we'd like to go. Otherwise, we would have to have someone miss out. Right? That's Bethesda's specialty. Come on. Well, I don't know. EA might have something to say about that. Could be anyone these days, true. Okay. Let me try this again. So it was magma, silver, right? Magma silver, yeah. Or should I don't know if you guys are still in that group right now. Otherwise, I could make a lobby with the Plat Apex just for the sake of making it easier for you guys to join. Because I'm guessing people aren't especially keen on playing One Life to Live on the Plat Apex today. So probably be a pretty easy way to weed out other people. Actually, let me also jump into Discord before I forget. Because it does look like we have some of those people already in there. Let me get you over. Big Country and King Styles. Okay, and I see Big Country in already.
Hello?
Hello, how's it going?
Good? And it's not there anymore, the,
Oh. Naturally, right. Naturally right after I restart the game and go the Plat Apex route just to make it so we're less likely to get strangers. Now there isn't another lobby, and somehow we still get a random person in going for the Plat Apex. Which is a little surprising. We did get Big Country, we did get Itachi, but we did not get King Styles. See, the problem is, unless King Styles, you've renamed your account. But I don't believe this is you. Oh no, they changed characters as well. They're committing. No! That wasn't part of the plan.
rank 3 with a rank 4 shadow on One Life to Live plat.
Now I'm swapping over to bronze. Right, exactly, Stockbird. I swapped over to bronze to see if that would scare them away. Maybe they're actually all in on the plat and they're not interested in anything else, but they also may not have noticed. So it may not make a difference. You know, maybe what we do instead is we just reset with a new lobby that is actually just silver plus, what was it, icebreaker?
Magma.
Oh, magma, sorry. Icebreaker, I think, was yesterday.
Any room in the lobby?
I'm making a new one now. I also should have pressed the create, not the join button, but if there's no one else doing this, then it'll be fine. It'll turn into a new lobby. Okay, so yes. Magma silver. Theoretically, I'm the only one doing this. I'll make it cat if you want to search for an enemy too.
Magma?
Oh, I mean, I did just see a stranger pop in, except it's not really a stranger, because it is someone I've played a bunch of games with, but no! Ah! It's not working!
That's full.
Yeah, it is now. Oh. This is someone I have played a lot of games with, and usually the EA app kicks us out when we try to join each other's lobbies, so it's been a while since I last played with him. It's a little surprising that he is able to load in. Nimbus Outlaw Plat, surely no one would search for that. You know, you would think. But somehow, regardless of what setup we use...
If I can get his username, I could invite him.
That's true. We could do that.
My invite's working, so we can do... as long as I can get in, I can invite everyone else.
Okay. I'm gonna send the signal to Soji that I'm leaving, because I feel bad abandoning him, but hopefully he'll understand. Okay, so now I am making platinum. I'm basically making the worst possible combination right now. So it's platinum, Nimbus, Outlaw. And it is public, at least at the moment, and if we get Big Country in, then potentially we can use you to invite other people. So I unfortunately cannot do that.
Ended up in the lobby of the first guy.
Someone else is doing this?
I didn't search for the. I just searched for platinum.
Oh, okay. Well, I did get Itachi in.
Nimbus
Outlaw,
Platinum.
Nimbus, Platinum.
and
Okay.
Outlaw.
Big
Make
Country. Now I'm going to make it private because I did get Big Country in. So Big Country, if you want to invite King Styles in the last spot.
I don't have him on a friend list. Do you have a username? Or, oh no, I can only. Never mind. I can't invite him.
Okay, never mind. It's public.
Okay, let me set it back up again. Let's see.
I don't have
Thanks,
him on a friend
EA
list.
app.
Platinum.
Oh no!
No, it's the same guy. No. Why is this so complicated? Why is this so difficult?
Probably searching for any.
Yeah, that might be it. Okay, well, now we do have room again. That person
Yeah,
has
Bottom
left.
I'm trying.
Oh, he's.
King Styles is in.
Hey,
Big Country.
I'm in.
We're
Everyone's in.
good. All right. Everybody knock on wood real quick. All it took was what, 5 attempts? Something like that?
Yes, let's solve
Goodness.
the whole friend problem.
Yeah. All right. Well, as a reminder, Silver Magma, is that where we ended up? No, that is not where we ended up. Okay, let's change that before we forget, because I was about to.
I just did the Platinum Daily, which is 1 life to live.
Yeah, no
And got
thanks.
all the way to right 30 seconds before extraction, and a freaking dog takes me down.
Oh, no. Yeah, 1 life to live is not something I enjoy.
It went really smoothly up until 30 seconds.
Yeah, all it takes is
Before
is
extraction.
1 moment, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right, and this is all just based on the number of waves. Yeah, so, okay.
What are we doing? Silver?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys may or may not have already done the prestige dailies, but that's at least what I'm looking at now. Right. Oh, we just didn't know when we had Origin. We didn't know how lucky we were.
I don't think I ever played multiplayer when we had Origin. Or at least,
Silent.
like I played it on my PlayStation 3.
Silent and friends, thank you for the raid. We are just starting up some Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. We totally did not have to create 5 different lobbies just to get this group together. Definitely not a thing. How was your stream? Just reminiscing about the Origin days. So, back when it didn't require all these crazy shenanigans just to get a group of people together in the same lobby. Which is exacerbated by how my Mass Effect, mostly my Mass Effect 3 to be honest, although potentially Mass Effect Andromeda as well, was getting buggy / unstable enough that it kept on crashing, and the only way I could stop it from crashing was to change a bunch of settings, which actually made it impossible for me to send invites to any other people. So that did, you know, did make it a little more complicated. Worse than Titanfall 2. Wait. Okay, you're saying this is worse than Titanfall 2. For a second, I wasn't sure. It's like, am I misreading that? Are you saying there's actually something worse than this? Surely that's not even possible.
Just 3 hostiles remaining. Enemies clear. Stay alert.
I keep going for my combo, but everyone's dying before I can get it off.
Wombo combo. I mean, it is silver, so enemies are
Yeah.
gonna die fairly quickly. Where'd he go? How'd I go?
Like a bunch of hungry sharks here.
Oh? Nah, it's not Shark Week yet. That's a month-ish away, I think.
Get the cover! Shield down!
3 more to go.
Oh, that was interesting timing.
Enemies down. Keep your guard
Well,
up.
the other thing we could do for the 100th session, since this, for those who are just popping in from Silent Stream, this is our 100th Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer session today. So, for now, at the moment, we're just keeping things simple. But we may, once we've done the dailies, look to spice things up a little bit with whether it's a challenge of some variety or what I was just remembering was might have, when we reached the 100 marker for Mass Effect 3 multiplayer a while back, might have made a point of trying, of deliberately using the combination we had for our first ever match, which, trying to recall what that was for me in Andromeda, I think I kind of tried to replicate what I did for Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, actually, so I think it was definitely Human Vanguard. I think the weapon might have been Crusader?
Crusader.
Yeah, because I know I had a bunch of them, or a somewhat reasonable amount
Data received.
of the mission funds saved up from doing the Apex missions with strike teams while I was just doing the campaign, and I cashed those in for ultra rare weapons early on. I don't remember if that was quite literally the very first thing that we did, or if that might have been a day 2 type of situation. Admittedly, I did not go back to double check, so we're going based off memory.
Enemies incoming.
I think it was either base human male vanguard. I thought that was an enemy right there. Base human male vanguard with either the Crusader or possibly some other shotgun. It was definitely a shotgun of some variety. But I do need to be careful because I could conflate it with Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, which was base human male vanguard with Venom in that case. Don't believe it was the Venom for this one, but
I would hope not.
yeah. I mean, I do remember the first time that I did Andromeda multiplayer. We did not go particularly well. I think it was me and Jer, I think, was teaming up with me, and we had we died to like the second or third enemy in our first match. Like, I mean, bled out.
Enemies incoming.
Like, died. Entire team wiped. So things didn't go particularly well with that. But then I remember, wait, it's starting to come back to me. We then saw that there was an Apex mission, a silver Apex mission for Shotgun Mastery. It was on Derelict against Remnant. And despite being silver, we actually started doing better on that because we both had shotguns we could use and get the damage multiplier from the Apex mission. We might not have succeeded on that mission the very first time, but we tried it several times round. And eventually, I think we were able to complete it 2 or 3 times all the way through. Definitely was a shotgun. I think it was the Crusader.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
So maybe we'll try to max out the health regen cap bonus stat from this character, who was my first real go-to character. Not the very first character that I played,
From your location. Look for an
but the first one that I actually tried to sort of specialize in the early stages. You know, first one that I started playing golds and then eventually plats with, until eventually that became the Huntress. And she held that spot for quite a while.
So I'm just going to stand in the middle, and then whenever the pack goes orange, I'll Nova.
I did notice you were novaing right when something went orange, and I didn't even see where the enemy was, but there you go. But yeah, that's the thing though, Boris, is Crusader is incredible in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. It is significantly worse in Andromeda. It's still an ultra-rare weapon, don't get me wrong. It's still pretty good, but I mean, it's arguably the best gun in all of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and I don't think you can even begin to make that argument in Mass Effect Andromeda.
3 more to go.
Right? I don't know if I'd go as far as to call it a pea shooter,
Nice job, Apex. Keep it going.
but
Still decent, but you know.
right. I definitely noticed that it felt like it needed the damage bonus from that Silver Apex mission,
Time to go. Get to the extraction.
because until then, even with the Crusader in the early stages, I was like, what? I probably went in at the very beginning thinking, oh, I have this really good weapon that I got unlocked right off the bat. This is perfect. This is gonna be, you know, smooth sailing even at the early stages. You know, sure, we'll start on bronze, but we'll be fine, right? And then, oh no, how wrong I was. Also, did one of us just go flying straight into the air? Did you get catapulted
Flying
into the
straight
air,
into
Big
the-
Country?
Nope, not my screen.
Oh. I couldn't quite tell, but on my screen it almost looked like that happened. There's like it looked like the Ascendant tried to start using its sync kill animation on you, but then very soon after it started doing that animation, we destroyed its shield, and that prevented it from doing so, and then the game just kind of glitched out and was like, oh, I don't know where to put Big Country anymore. Straight up into the air with you. And then you just got
I backed
catapulted.
up before it went off. So
Huh. Yeah, it was the splittest of seconds. I'm not even sure. My eyes may have just been playing tricks on me. May have been imagining things.
I should probably get back to extraction.
Yeah, it's probably time to go now.
Bombs away.
Target's down. Everyone's standing. Drinks are on me.
Everyone ground pounds at the end. Nice.
Yeah, the Dawn in Andromeda, the Dawn is just a better Crusader.
And shotguns in general are just probably across the board at least a little weaker than in Mass Effect 3.
Oh, definitely. I was going to like, if you were going to say the weakest weapon in Andromeda, I would have disagreed. But then in Mass Effect 3, like in Mass Effect 3, it's like the best weapon class in the game, I think.
I mean,
And then
you
in-
can make that case for sure. It may not be the worst in Andromeda, but you could make the case that it is, and I wouldn't call you crazy.
I would disagree, but I wouldn't call you crazy. I would never call him crazy like that, but I could see the case. I would disagree with it, but I could see the case.
Alright, well, we should all just need one more match with that combo, because it's all just about wave completion, so nothing complicated there.
Oh, yesterday I said that they're going to buff a bunch of characters on Thursday.
For First Descendant?
I reread what they actually said, and no, they're going to release them slowly throughout July,
Oh, okay.
which I'm actually kind of happy for. Because then, like, I can, focus on one character or two characters one week,
Pace it out
one
more.
or two. Yeah.
We need to secure this position. Enemies on the move. Be ready.
Where'd they go? Oh, over here. Yeah? Oh, okay. I definitely saw it saying someone was shooting me from this direction.
It took me, I was trying to get the Nova off. It was on cooldown.
Oh.
All enemies clear. Keep it up. Enemies incoming.
Get clear!
The charge works much better in this game than,
In what way?
well, in the fact that it's not as buggy.
Oh, just like being an off-post Vanguard in general, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, using charge as an off-post Vanguard is more reliable in Andromeda than it is in Mass Effect 3. I don't know. I so rarely find myself playing the Vanguard in any Vanguard in Andromeda, to be honest. When I do, I guess it tends to be while we're on stream, and that usually means I'm hosting. So, I don't know. I feel like the Vanguards in Andromeda in general are, I don't know. Maybe this is sacrilege to say, but I feel like they're not as strong as they are in Mass Effect 3. Outside of, the obvious
Key enemy personnel.
Vanguard in Mass Effect 3, who is absolutely atrocious in any and every way conceivably possible.
I think the base human Vanguard is actually really good.
We've got a read on another priority target.
Always love the duelist.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's like I got a hairball or something.
It's tanky.
Scratch one target.
I know a lot of people don't like it though.
We've got a read on another priority target.
Technically, according to the game files, the Angaran Avenger duel is a Vanguard.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that last week. I still think that's silly.
Oh, absolutely agreed. But
You know, if we're counting that as Vanguard, then okay, that is certainly what? Big country, do you see what you did to that Krogan Santa?
yes, I did.
I don't think those humongous Krogan are supposed to go flying like that.
Well, if anything was going to do it, it'd be, you know,
clear for now.
biotics forcing them flying. Is that?
I suppose so. But yeah, if we're technically counting the Angar Avenger as a Vanguard rather than an Infiltrator, then sure, that's certainly some bonus points for the Vanguards, but that still feels like that's
Yeah,
not
it's a
really a
little
fair argument to make.
Oh, I thought I shockwaved then. Yeah, I think of the actual Vanguard, the base human Vanguard is.
Everyone get down.
The human Vanguard was alright.
Yeah.
For me,
Then-
it's probably the Duelist and then the Krogan.
But the Krogan's so slow.
Yeah, but if you're charging everywhere, it doesn't matter if you're slow because
Yeah.
you're exactly running the people.
I mean, that is the way I play him, but it still doesn't feel great.
More to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
melee's just not very good.
Right.
Plus-
Especially not... I mean, he is potentially a good melee character, but melee in Andromeda is just so
That hurt.
unfulfilling relative to melee in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and also so unreliable when, depending on the enemy, you might have
Incoming.
half of the enemies be nearly untouchable with melee, which is obviously not good news if you're a melee character.
But you have to be directly lined up and everything.
Oh, that was nice. I really. Oh, hi, Lou. I did not mean to charge him as soon as.
Shields down.
But that's the combo I play with. Charge, Nova, Shockwave. You prime enemies with Nova and you detonate them with Shockwave.
Yeah, I use the Duelist and I charge and then Lance if they have shields, and then a melee will kill them.
Lost my damn shield.
Yeah, but mine does like area effect to like
Guard up.
a bunch of enemies. You can get like 4 or 5
Right?
combos with one Shockwave, which is just amazing.
Enemies triangulating our nearest outpost.
But that's
Find their
probably
sensor array.
even more generous than what I would say, to be fair.
Enemy tech shut down.
Heads down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back up.
We're really liking the floaty object over there, aren't we? This map does have a bunch of fun things that you can climb up on, that being one of them. Most of them are
Get the cover.
a little out in the open.
Almost done.
Heads down.
I'm surprised at how well my internet's going, considering we had a tornado warning earlier today.
Oh, wow. Do you guys, I know you talk a lot about getting a bunch of heavy winds, but do you guys actually get full-blown tornadoes on the regular?
Yeah. Not on the regular, I would say, but we get them.
I guess
Go get him.
anywhere that's... Would you would consider yourself being in the plains, right? Or
Yeah.
at least, like, relatively flat, and I guess...
Oh,
that-
we are flat.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
is no
And that's
flatter.
that's how the tornado... That's where the tornadoes like to be.
Time to go. Get to the
So
extraction
from that standpoint, I guess it does make sense, but just, I don't know. Like, hurricanes, of course, those like to... Those get created in the hot water, like in the tropics. So you don't hear about those nearly as much. further north.
I don't know. My dad gets hurricanes fairly often. And he lives in New Brunswick.
Like, well, I mean, I'm not that far from New Brunswick. And the way the weather patterns work is typically stuff starts in the moves from east to west and up the eventually works its way up the northeastern US and then eventually New Brunswick after that. But I mean, like, we'll get the leftovers
Yeah, it's
from
it's
hurricanes,
not
but we don't.
full
When it
hurricanes,
reaches us,
but,
it's
like-
not a hurricane.
Oh, no,
At least nine
it's-
times out of 10.
Yeah, most of the time it's a tropical storm, but like
Yeah.
he still gets hurricanes like once or twice a year. Last time I visited
I am
him,
pressing square to doubt.
last time I visited him, right before I, like the weekend before I arrived, there was a hurricane. So everything was super wet, and although it was great boating time, of course, my dad's boat was busted.
Just trying to figure out how New Brunswick would get weather hurricanes that would not hit New England, and it's not adding up in my brain. Maybe I'm not familiar enough with. I definitely might not be familiar enough with the weather patterns of slightly
think
further
that
north, but
Mission complete. Full
Well,
team.
New Brunswick is farther east than New
it
England.
is. It is. That's true. So there might be other things that happen off the Atlantic coast there.
Characters so overpowered.
What's up, Irish?
Anything
You
with
get the
shield.
leftovers of the hurricanes. Yeah, like usually what happens is weather systems go like they start rough. Well, if it's a hurricane we're talking about, it basically starts in Florida, just southeastern U.S., works its way up the Atlantic coast of the U.S. By the time it reaches the mid-Atlantic, certainly by the time it reaches the Northeast, then at that point it's a tropical storm. Sometimes it's just a bad storm. And then it usually starts veering off back into the Atlantic Ocean off of land, and then theoretically might find its way all the way across the Atlantic to possibly Ireland.
Well, a lot of the storms the hurricanes that hit New Brunswick don't hit land before it hits New Brunswick. Because they don't start in Florida; they start in the ocean.
Yeah. Well, like they start in the Caribbean basically most of the time. For what ends up making its way eventually towards me, that's usually what ends up happening. Because the Florida gets and the southeastern U.S. gets a lot of hurricanes. But yeah, it usually works its way up the Atlantic coast more or less. But if New Brunswick has its own dynamic where it's getting stuff directly off the Atlantic in colder water, that's strange, but that would explain
It's
why
never strong. It's never like more than a one.
Mhm.
Most of the time, it's tropical storms, but every once in a while, I shouldn't say once or twice a year. Maybe once every second year, I should say.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
it's kind of
that's more
similar for us as well, Irish. We get tons of storms of different varieties, I suppose, but we are not really accustomed to actual strong winds and hurricanes, and we have a fair bit of trees around here. It's reasonably heavily forested, especially if you start going further north where it's less densely populated. And at that point, trees and tree branches very regularly end up taking down power lines and people lose power. So that is a very common occurrence.
That's actually not like a huge deal in New Brunswick. I don't know. Maybe they're more protected about it. What's actually huge is in the wintertime when it gets like when there's like a snowstorm and it suddenly gets cold and stuff like that because they get the really wet snow, and then it like freezes and will snap power lines.
Oh. That's nasty.
Yes.
What's up, Yurui? How's it going? How are you guys? Let me know if there's anything we'd like to do for this next one. We did theoretically all just finish the Prestige dailies. I just threw it on the Gold Apex because I was looking at what other things we have available to us today. I was also a little surprised to see Iris show up looking at the time, and then saw Yurui and may or may not have thought the same thing. It's like, it's the middle of the night in Europe right now. Oh, true, I forgot. I'm sorry, Boris, this is true. Boris did make a redeem for weapons. And Vormav, how are you? Well, I'm glad you guys are here, though hopefully, you guys can still get a good night's sleep. The whole of Europe is sleepless tonight. Sounds like the start of a song or a poem.
Yeah, Irish, go to bed.
Yeah, for Yurui, it's late enough that you could argue it's early. Too hot, oof. Yup.
I'm so glad I have my heat pump.
Oh, yeah.
It's called a heat pump, but I don't think I've ever put it on heat.
Yeah, we had a heat wave this past week where we were, what was it? We were approaching 100 degrees Fahrenheit earlier this week, and weren't quite there. We're like more or less 100 degrees Fahrenheit for one day, and then several other days we were relatively close. So talking more about weather patterns, if in fact you guys in Ireland or possibly Ireland, I should say, are basically getting the remnants of our weather systems, then that may be what you're getting now, because that was very hot around here. I could understand why it would get very hot for you too.
You guys can keep that. I don't handle heat very well.
Just can't tolerate heat here. Well, not that, I mean, most of Europe gets a different, what's it called? You get the Gulf Stream effect, which we do not have in the northeastern US, which usually means you're getting weather that is warmer than it ought to be given your latitude. Goes over 25 degrees Celsius or 75 Fahrenheit, you cook. Yeah, no, it was, yeah.
Just today, I think it was 31 degrees here, which is fairly regular in Saskatchewan.
I might need you to Americanize that number.
Um,
Some
I'll
temperatures I can
off
sort of...
maps
Wait,
here.
30 is like a key number. 30 is when it's hot.
31 degrees Celsius into Fahrenheit.
87.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
Celsius to Fahrenheit.
87.8.
Okay, yeah, that's hot. What is 30? Oh, no, not 39. 30. No, not 39. 30. Okay, yeah. So 30 is 86. 30 Celsius is 86 Fahrenheit. So yeah, 30 or even 29 is 84 Fahrenheit. So yeah, that's like 29, 30 is where I'd say it starts to get like, okay, that's pretty hot, especially if it's humid. Upper 20s, around 30. And AC does... Yes, that's true. If you don't have AC, then depending on... I mean, obviously it's a privilege, but at the same time, there are some places where, if it gets really hot, and if people are not used to it getting really hot, then that's tough. So yeah, I mean, we only recently got our AC was down for a year or two, and my PC running things right now is functionally a furnace. So and I'm obviously sitting right next to it. So at times, like last summer, you know, if we had a heat wave of 90 plus degrees Fahrenheit, here I am sitting next to this PC that is probably over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or not just the PC, just the area that I'm sitting in next to it is probably over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It was like, oh yeah, no, this is not great, not great right now. So I feel your pain.
By the way, Boris, did you want?
Yeah, what was did Boris specify the weapon? Oh, equip
For you,
the
but
weapon.
no one else.
He says the weapon. Okay, I know what that means. Usually Boris
Actually,
singles me
he-
out,
he
so
did
I don't
say
know
a
if
different
you
one.
guys have anything.
He did say Avenger Hurricane.
Wait, Hurricane? That's not usual.
Well, he did say it much earlier, so I think he thought you read
Okay,
that message.
I'm sorry. I got all distracted. Let's see. Oh, yes, you did say earlier. I see it. Before you sent. No, up there. You're right. Okay. Avenger Hurricane and the arena. More efficient cooling solution on your PC means it vents heat more. Yup. Also, may not come as a surprise that, it was just a couple weeks ago that I had to bring my PC into the shop to get its fans fixed, because, well, it was getting pretty hot, and those fans were working pretty hard, and eventually one of them just bit the dust.
Yeah, mine's a furnace too.
Yeah. Let's see. We get this. Surprised I haven't used this on this character.
I had my headset mic on, forgetting that I used my mic on my computer.
Oh.
I'm happy you guys didn't hear, double the entire time.
Oh. No, I didn't notice. Did not notice at all.
Well, it's Discord, so they probably just take my mic and that's it.
You probably heard that. Suppose Hurricane is thematically fitting for the topic of conversation.
I guess I can put on a Hurricane as well.
Oh, but other people are supposed to have rapid-fire projectile weapons. I'm on the Avenger Hurricane. You guys are supposed to have rapid-fire projectile weapons, which
So
I'm sorry, as those are generally not great in Andromeda, or at least maybe that's just me.
what's projectile weapons? I don't really understand.
That would be things like the Kishok is a projectile.
But it's not rapid fire, is it?
Well, if we're looking for a combination of those things, yeah, then it gets trickier. If it goes Daka, then it is passable. Okay. Like the Soned might even count.
The Rose Rat?
Savoa. Rose Rat, I think, is too. It's definitely not a projectile weapon because the projectiles don't behave any differently than standard projectiles, I don't think. Falcon is probably not fast enough to qualify. Sweeper? It is energy based, but not really projectile. I think Savoa would work.
Okay, do I even have Savoa? I haven't seen that.
Is
Oh, I have a
Falcon
rank one
basically the
Savoa.
rare version of
Savoa.
that? It might be.
I have a rank 1 Savoa. Okay, I'm not taking this character for that.
What else? Silhesh, maybe. Again, if we're kind of going with the plasma projectile approach, which blurs the line a little bit between standard bullets and projectiles. And that one definitely is rapid fire.
Is there any gold ones or silver? Something that could have a siphon with?
Maybe Equalize. Scorpion is not super fast firing, but it's definitely a projectile.
If equalizer counted, I would have used the other one, but I don't think it's really a projectile one.
We're all around the world, baby. What about... Are there any shotguns? Fire fast enough? I mean, Piranha, but it's definitely not a projectile. Shorty, but it's definitely not a projectile. Hesh is a projectile, but doesn't really fire quickly enough, I don't think. Rieger technically is not a projectile. Scattershot, maybe.
I
Venom
don't think
technically
so.
would be.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
who wants to use Venom?
correct. Wait, what was the map, Boris? Boris says Piranha does count.
Oh. I don't have Piranha. That's
Oh.
like that's the only shotgun I don't have.
Oh, so much for that. Did you ever tell us the arena, Boris? Let me see. I didn't say the arena because
Bullets.
wanted to see if you should punish me for ignoring the weapons request.
Oh, if it's
One
just bullets.
in the ship.
Yeah, he just said bullets count as, you know.
Yeah, I mean
so
that's a
basically
generous
everything.
interpretation. But you know, if that works. Okay.
There are several in the ship.
Shh.
I think he means derelict.
Shh. We don't need to say that. We don't need to remind him. We're just going to deliberately pick the one in the ship that we prefer and then not say anything about it and assume that this is passable.
Yeah, so be basically everything except for like the Inferno, Paw, Shadow, and I think that's everything else would count.
No, Boris has requested that map on several occasions. Surely I need not remind
You know
him.
the drill. Hold this position, clear out enemy forces. Let's do it.
Oh, my internet's starting to,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Oh. Ah, cool.
Let's see. Can I find a single enemy? Uh-oh.
Yes. If you come here.
Big country, Ken.
Well, actually, I didn't see them. Because of my internet, so...
Oh, no.
What are you guys doing?
Just blow that guy up on everyone while I'm at it. Oh, that guy's dead. Oh. Trying to ground pound there. What happened to my ground pound?
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
What is this pea shooter?
I never
Enemies
really
incoming.
thought of this map having good weapon echo effects. I love how my incinerate went nowhere near either of those enemies, and that's a double incinerate, mind you. Game just went, you know what? No, you're not gonna get that.
I
We decided no.
The enemies.
Reading a flat line.
No!
Shields are down.
There we go. What do I think of you?
Three more to go. All enemies clear. Keep it up. Recovery requested. Locate and recover objects of interest.
No, Destroyer. You cannot destroy my pizza. I will not allow it. I mean, I say it every time, Boris. I have nothing against the Avenger.
Got the drop.
I'm fine with the Avenger. This guy might be a problem. Yo. But I don't love it. You don't know that.
Teammate injured. Artifact recovered.
What?
Teammate injured.
How's it going over there? Walk the tightrope.
We're good.
Almost done. Got the drop.
Heads down.
Artifact recovery is complete. Nice job.
Lock my damn shield. Need ammo.
Actually need ammo? No, I do not.
I'm reading a flat line. All enemies clear. Keep it up. Enemies headed your way.
Excuse me. I'd like to shoot past that.
I'm reading a flat line. I'm reading a flat line.
Oh, I just fell off the map.
Oh,
And I'm back on.
that you did. Oh. Okay. Fine, you can be next. Boris, thank you very much for the sub. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I appreciate the support. Boris is like, I was waiting for the Avenger match.
Not that bad.
Oh, Boris! Very
Oh, wow.
generous. Thank you very much for all the gifted subs. It's very kind of you.
At least it shoots straight.
Another joins
Enemies
your
headed your way.
ranks.
Admittedly, I do not have the settings set up very well to properly show how many subs you gifted, so I will admit I'm not entirely sure what the exact number was. Also, we are going to get notifications for probably the next 2 minutes with nothing but Boris. With nothing but the subs that that Boris gifted. But thank you very much, Boris. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that.
Destroyer!
I need to get out of there. I'm in the bad spot.
No, it didn't get you. Yeah, I'm curious how it decides to randomly give gifted subs to. Like, I assume it's not truly 100% random. It's like I can see who the recipients were, and obviously, like, I would have to scroll through to see all of them right now. But at quick glance, I can see that you know, that's several people who are in chat right now, so that doesn't seem like a coincidence. But then every once in a while I see if someone gifts subs that, you know, it's a name that I think, oh, I haven't really seen that person around. That's interesting. I wonder why they were the one who got chosen. Does Twitch somehow weight the probability based on who's been most active recently? I have no idea. But maybe it's just pure random chance. You know, like, does it gift subs sometimes to people who have just poked their head in once for 10 seconds and never come back? Like, maybe. But you could make the case, oh, you know, maybe it's best if it does.
Enemy tech shut down.
Make it more likely that people who are spending a lot of time around here are more likely to get the gifted subs. I have no idea.
One problem gone.
Boris says, I owe you, Vormap, for ruining your solo gold years back. Vormap remembers this.
Nearly through.
Oh, true. I've been using all. I can switch over to Hurricane now. I've been going all Avenger. Oh, it's already wave 6. Okay, no, you're right. Time was flying. Okay, this is going to be a problem.
Enemy tech is deactivated. Objective complete.
Usually cannot afford to just leave those guys standing there as you're doing the device, because they have a very high chance to stagger or grab. And that will, at times, cause you to fail.
Take my Avenger.
Face my Hurricane. Here I am.
Now that I got his shields off, should be easy.
Go through all my ammo with the Hurricane.
Nice Falcon punch.
All clear for now.
Easy breezy.
Shuttle incoming. Get to the
Cover
extraction
girl?
Something like that.
Ow. Oh. That was not as effective as I might have hoped it would be. Oh, hello there. Oh no, don't stagger me into that explosion. Please don't do that.
I'm reading a flat line.
Uh-oh. Sorry, I have to Falcon punch you first.
Squad member down.
I'm obligated to Falcon punch you. Okay.
Need to get your stupid shields off.
Do we have a hype train right now? I honestly am not even sure. We've never had a hype train before, if that is true. I'm unfamiliar with how this system works.
I think the hype train's over now.
Yeah, that's true. There was something that popped up that had a timer on it earlier. Maybe that's what that was all about. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this technology.
Teammate injured.
I'm happy I'm the character I am because it's a very safe character, and I would have died much more if it was a different character.
Oh, no, I meant to drop those here. Now I don't have an explosive ground pound to end with.
Everyone standing.
No.
Eyes are on me.
I think I'm done because the internet.
Oof, darn it. Okay, well, no worries. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, and it started so well. I don't know what went wrong with the internet.
Well, let me make the lobby private just for a second here, just so we reserve this last spot. But we do have room, that means, if anyone else is interested in getting in here. The spot is absolutely there for the taking. As for what the plan is, I mean, let us know if there's anything setup-wise you guys would like us to do. Otherwise, I am just looking at that bonus stat, as I was saying. We might as well try to check it off today for the health regeneration cap, and we're probably a couple matches away, more or less, depending on the difficulty, of course, and depending on whether we throw any XP boosters on.
Yeah, I'm out. Okay, so I'll see you next week.
All right, catch you later,
I'll
big
be in
country.
chat and stuff. So,
All right, sounds good.
bye.
Let's see, so that was all request stuff from Boris, whereas if we want to go gold Apex, it would be this. Yeah, if anyone would like, we had a bunch of people who were trying to get in earlier, and I know it just so happened to work out that we had just the right amount to squeeze into one lobby, but if anyone was holding back because they're like, oh, nope, guess the lobby's full, we do have room now. Otherwise, we could leave it with just the three of us, or I could make it public. so that either somebody could get in if they wanted to join mid-match, or if someone crashes, they can still get back in. Of course, it also means we might get random people in here as well. I'll make it public now. If anyone wants to be super stealthy and sneak their way in without telling me, oh goodness, that would be scandalous. Well, you can do it now. Let's see. What if we mix it up just a little bit here? Rather than going back to the paw. What do we want to try? Waiting for Yurui to come up with a challenge. I mean, we do have challenges in the tome for Andromeda. It's not as many as we have for Mass Effect 3, but we do still have several that we've yet to do, and I'm sure plenty that may have been designed with Mass Effect 3 in mind, but could be adapted to Andromeda with just a little bit of adjustments. Yeah, we have... Let me see. I think I was just taking a peek at this just before we started. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Technically 8, although the 8th one is kind of themed around a particular holiday, and it is not that particular holiday right now. So call it 7 Andromeda-specific challenges that we've yet to do, and a few that we've obviously already done as well, that we could technically circle back to if we really wanted to. So those exist. That is an option. In fact, oh, wait, this one makes a lot of sense. Oh, this one makes a lot of sense. Thematically. Technically would work with any number of people. So we could do it with just the 3 of us, but I forgot, I did make it public. Did we get a random person? We did not. So if anyone would like to hop in for an Andromeda challenge, I am eyeing one right now. And it is quite straightforward, to be honest. It shouldn't be too difficult. It does require a particular set of characters. So it is a little bit, if people don't have every character unlocked, then there's a chance that could be an issue. Let me just see how much of a factor that would be. There are only 2 applicable characters? I thought it was 3. Am I making that up? Hold on. 1, 2. Is it only 2?
2. Is it the Solarian?
It is the Batarians. Am I missing a Batarian here, or are there actually only 2?
There's the Vanguard, there's the Scrapper.
Those are the 2 I'm seeing. I felt like there was one more, though. Am I just...
No,
but I'm really
unless
not
he's wearing
seeing it.
a mask.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if everyone has at least one of those Batarians.
I got both.
Recreate babysitters in Andromeda. We're not doing unicorns. We're not doing unicorns. Babysitters. We'd certainly need another person for that, but... I mean, honestly, you want to be a little cynical. Babysitters is any match in which you are taking a stealth grid character on platinum, and you are the designated reviving person. That's the straightforward Andromeda equivalent of babysitters. But yeah, I'm sure there are other ones we could do as well. But do you guys have Batarian characters, both of you?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
I Itachi, do you have any
good.
Batarians unlocked?
I'll do a Vanguard.
Because the Vanguard's ultra rare, so there's a very reasonable chance that people may not have that unlocked. But the base, or the Scrapper, rather, is rare. So that is more likely, although still may not be the case. There's a thunderstorm that popped up. That's why things got worse, big country? Okay, that makes sense. Do you have this guy, Itachi? Because the challenge in question does require Batarians, is the primary thing. I mean, obviously, it's a little more complicated than that, although it's, in the grand scheme of things, fairly straightforward relative to some of the ridiculous stuff we've done in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. We could go with a different challenge if that doesn't work, but it just, the name of that particular challenge is kind of fitting for the circumstance. Alternatively, let's see. This one would work for everyone. This one should as well, right? Yup. This one would be doable. So would this one. Yeah, I mean, the other ones I think are more flexible in terms of setup. So less likely, just about impossible that we'd find ourselves in a situation where, oh, the person, someone might not have the character or weapon or anything like that. Substitute a human as a Batarian prisoner with the job. Oh, we did get a random person in.
Got a rando.
Yeah, I wish they were a Batarian. Vormav? Vormav, you don't know the name of the challenge yet, but if I told you the name of the challenge, I would be curious to see what your reaction was, given what you had just said. It's giving me some mixed feelings. Because, let's just say, the name of the challenge is called Time to Celebrate. So, if the Batarians are celebrating about having a human prisoner, I mean, it's on brand. It is on brand for the Batarians. On the other hand, is that really something we want to be celebrating? I don't know. Maybe that's not the best message we want to be sending. Oh. All right. Well, celebrating the destruction of Karshan. Oh no. All right, given how we got this random person in, I feel like maybe we postpone the potential Batarian challenge and we just go with whatever for this one, and maybe I'll see if I can get a little closer to maxing out the bonus stat for this character. But the Batarians are happy. That's the point, right? I mean, it does make sense from a Batarian perspective. From a human perspective, it's a little concerning, though. Oh, I was messing around with other weapons. What did I settle on? I did not end up changing it. What if we just do... Oh, we were talking about Piranha before. What if we do that? Oh, also, I'm not tabbed into the game. I was tabbed into the streaming software, so you could not hear anything. There we go. Okay. So yeah, King Styles, you're welcome to still use the Batarian if you would like, but I think we will postpone that Batarian challenge. Maybe do it later, depending on if the circumstances happen to work out a little bit better for us. Because we definitely... Having an Angara for that, I think, definitely would not be fitting. Human, maybe, as Vormav said, you could almost make a case for that.
Are we doing something special?
No, just whatever you want for this one, I think.
Oh, okay. I will choose a good character then.
Ouch. Oh, whoa, I'm sorry. I can't let you do that without giving you a kick vote. I also totally forgot. I think this is the gold apex.
Dampen powers.
Hostile territory, people. Secure this position and stay sharp.
You know what, Yurui? Honestly, I didn't even think of it from that perspective, but you have an interesting point. That by some accounts, that is the equivalent of the Slayer in Mass Effect Andromeda. So yes, somehow completely unrelated, or at least in my mind, yet I did eventually come to the same conclusion. That was my least favorite character in the game, or, you know, second least favorite maybe in Andromeda.
My most favorite character.
That was interesting, the way that guy jumped right as he got set on fire.
Squad member down.
Pretty brutal. Oh dear.
3 left. Go get them.
Here we come to save the day.
Yeah, the Batarian Scrapper is really good. The Batarian Vanguard is fun, but pretty squishy.
Yeah, he's very squishy.
Enemies headed your way.
Get to safer ground.
Generally not a character I find myself wanting to use on higher difficulties, because it tends to backfire. But if you're messing around bronze or silver with the melee damage bonus Apex mission, then he's fun in that situation.
Here, little red dots, where are you?
Ow. Where did you come from?
Squad member down.
The timing of that.
Shields down.
I'm reading a flat line.
And the timing of that, too. What was that guy even trying to headbutt?
Just 3 hostiles remaining. Sensors clear for now. Great shooting.
A logical outcome.
Hearing Batarian Vanguard and Squishy in one sentence feels wrong. I'm with you. I'm with you. And I'm not even sure that he has less health than
Located the
other
resources.
characters,
Get
but
them
it's
uploaded before we
it's
lose the connection.
pretty
My shield.
noticeable.
His shields aren't very good.
Yeah, maybe that's in Andromeda in general. Characters tend to have a lot more health than they do shields relative to Mass Effect 3. And that's a big deal for the Vanguards, because for the Vanguards, charge, restoring shields, is usually one of your primary sources of defense. But that means that, in general, that's going to work better in Mass Effect 3 than it does in Mass Effect Andromeda. So that might have something to do with it.
Data transfer complete. Almost done.
So in general, lower shields in Andromeda. But does he actually have less survivability than other characters in Andromeda? That I don't know.
Teammate injured.
I think he does anyway.
It feels like he does. But I don't know if that's just because of the playstyle you tend to have with him. Oh my goodness.
Upload complete. Well done.
But compared to the duelist and the The Krogan.
Uh-oh. Oh, did I also just lose? No, I did not lose game up.
I seem to fall down a lot with him.
The Krogan definitely does have more health slash shields than other characters. I know that.
And the Duelist seems way tankier.
Duelist has the backlash, which potentially can bail you out on some occasions.
I never use it, but I think it's their, maybe it's their biotic, something.
Ow.
Three more to go.
Catch!
Live fire!
That hurt them. Be ready.
Shots likely cracked. Need more ammo!
Enemies incoming.
Oh, that's how you kill a teammate with cloak, in case anyone was wondering.
Squad member down.
Thank you to whoever shocked that Audi, who probably would otherwise grab me. I did appreciate that. Backlash has less deploy time and way more base durability. Be a great primary ability. Yeah. It's just, well, I mean, it's also just has all these range gimmicks. Ooh, that was supposed to be a cloak. That not only make it more difficult and complicated to manage, but also it just doesn't work sometimes. Like, straight up, just sometimes you press and hold the button, which is supposed to have your shield remain up, and the game just decides that, for whatever reason, even if nothing is attacking you, you're not changing elevation or anything like that, it just decides, nope, you do not get to maintain your backlash, we're just going to have it immediately deactivate. And sometimes, that's not a huge deal, if there isn't anything big that's about to hit you, but if you're strategically using your backlash to try to block a really big hit, like, say, a Hydra Barrage, and it does that to you, you're dead.
That's why I don't put any points in it.
Yep. So, and that's not the player's fault. That's just, I don't know if you want to call that a bug or a glitch. I don't technically know what the source of it is, but sometimes the game basically just immediately deactivates what's supposed to be a duration ability. With no input from, despite not having any input from the character to tell the game that you're trying to do that. It just decides for you. So that's really frustrating. So if you just fix that inconsistency, glitch, bug, whatever you want to call it, that alone would help a lot. And that's not even talking about making the skills stronger, that's just making the skill work, period. Then if we are talking about actually making the skill stronger, then obviously that would also help quite a bit.
Squad member down.
No one dies on my watch. Thank you.
3 left. Go get them.
I don't even know.
Keep your guard up.
5. Yeah.
Intel says the cat left. left genetic surveying devices in your area. Let's find and disable them.
Oh, that wasn't it.
Hydra!
One problem gone.
Come on.
Here, little Krogi.
Enemy tech
Here a
shut down.
Krogi, there a Krogi, everywhere a Krogi. Trying to think of the name of any
Shields are out!
farmers in the Mass Effect universe, but I'm coming up empty here.
Nearly through. Teammate injured.
Shields are out!
Easy peasy, I got it.
Enemy tech is deactivated. Objective complete.
I'll help you!
I got this dude too.
Ooh, hello.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
Alright, that's what I want to fight. A Hydra.
Enemies cleared. Stay alert.
There you go, Sogrin. Krogan season. That, well, hold on, that wasn't a very good Elmer Fudd voice. Krogan season. No, I need to see that
Get to
again.
the extraction site.
I don't know. I don't have fresh enough memory. Weapon season. Weapon season. Weapon season. Weapon season.
Sniper.
Look out behind you, by the way. Oh, now it's shooting at me.
So many snipers. Not even cool. I'm surrounded by Krogans
Oh.
again.
I'm reading a flat line.
Really?
Where? Oh, there you are. Yeah, then of course, the pariahs, the enemies who have backlash, I mean, they do have a limit for how long they can hold it up, but just, you know, I mean, I've talked many times about all the ridiculous and horrendous design decisions that were made for, or issues for the outlaw enemy, but pariahs can see you when you're close. Like, not just see you if you cloak right in front of them, like, at all times. You are completely visible to pariahs when you are cloaked. You can run around with your cloak active, the pariahs, and run away from the pariahs. The pariahs will chase you, they will continue to face you, and they will leave their backlash up so that you can't hit them. Which makes zero sense. Nope, that up.
Took a hit, but we hit back.
No! Wait. Did someone... I thought we got everyone back up.
Off the edge.
Oh. No. Backlash was not in ME3, no. Trying to think if... There really wasn't any equivalent skill either. Oh yeah, maybe Paladin Melee might be the closest. But that's still pretty different. Right, it's more of a traditional shield. None of the deflection-y stuff. Alright, well that was the gold apex now checked off. Theoretically I have a strike team on the silver apex, so I mean we could do it, although maybe that's a little less of interest. I mean, in general, bronze and silvers tend to be much more straightforward to just send a strike team for. The flat apex, I would rather not do today. Not the biggest fan of One Life to Live.
I did it once.
Yeah.
Everybody passed except for me.
The Volus bubble heavy melee, maybe a little bit like the backlash as well. That is a bit of a stretch, but you know, I like what you're. I like your train of thought. I see what you're saying. Okay, we do now have room again. I'm gonna make it private for a second, in case there is anyone who would like to get in here. We do have a spot once more, and we were talking earlier about maybe doing a challenge from the tome, Andromeda style. That's an interesting point, Yurui. Blade armor does reflect damage back at enemies. You don't hold it up manually, but it's kind of like if you were to combine the paladin melee with the blade armor reflect damage effect, that would be the closest that Mass Effect 3 gets to Andromeda's backlash skill. Somebody make it happen. Somebody mod that. Write that down. Write that down. All right. Well, do we have anything we're looking for the next one? I'm probably, if we're sticking with gold, I'm right around 2 matches away from being done with this character, it seems. Then I was talking about maybe switching back over to the base human vanguard after that. Otherwise, of course, if there is a challenge we'd like to do or particular setup that you guys have in mind, we can do that as well. I did have that challenge that is Batarian oriented. Ideally all Batarians, although Vormav proposed a way in which we could maybe do 2 Batarians plus 1 human. Otherwise, I do have a few other challenges for Andromeda specifically, so there are alternatives. Mod in a functional version of Backlash or have it an honest port. Oh. Yeah, well, it's basically Spiky Shield. Exactly, Yurui. Okay, well, at the very least... Oops, don't do that. Do that. Okay, maybe I'll make it public once again here. I mean, if we wanted to, we could try bumping it up to platinum. I'm open to that, although obviously with only 3 people, that's a little bit trickier.
Now, does it give more enemies the more people that
It
you're
does
playing?
not. It does not. So it is just objectively easier by most accounts with more people in the lobby.
'Cause it seems
Outside
like-
of if people are, really doing something to sabotage, like, in Platinum, you could maybe argue that, or you definitely could argue at times that it is possible to make it more difficult with more people if, for example, you have someone who is kiting enemies into a hack or upload area that would otherwise be safe to progress with, say, a cloaking infiltrator. So it is possible to detract from the team that way, but otherwise it is easier with more people.
Because it seems like when I do solo, that there's just less enemies.
Shouldn't be.
And if I
No.
start with like 2 people and 1 person quits, it seems like it's way harder than if I would have just did solo. So it seems like there's like more enemies the more people that are in the lobby.
Shouldn't be, because the way it works is basically each wave has a designated wave budget, or like a total number of points that you basically need to get for the wave to end. Each enemy is worth a certain number of points. So regardless of how many players you have in the lobby, you still need to kill the requisite number of enemies / points that basically, like, for example, it progresses the wave much more quickly if you kill a boss like a Hydra or an Ascendant, whereas if you kill a basic enemy like a Chosen, then it does not progress things as much. So that is one way in which you can affect how quickly the waves progress. But the same number of enemies should be alive at any given point in time, regardless of how many people you have in the lobby. And also the wave budget, the number you have to reach before the wave ends, is still the same, regardless of how many people you have in the lobby as well. The other things would be during objective waves, enemies continue to respawn until you finish the objective. So, if you have multiple people in the lobby and suddenly that means one person is doing the objective while other people are just fighting enemies, then, the enemies you kill while the objective is still ongoing, that's not making the wave end any quicker. So that's sort of one exception. We did get a random fourth person here who is a huntress. I might just stick with the piranha for a little while longer. It was doing fine.
Now that you got a piranha, it'll be on a really bad map.
That's true. The map was pretty decent for a close range weapon like piranha. Now we're gonna get something like vertigo, and it's not going to be as effective.
Let's do one more with this character.
Might even throw on... Feels a little silly throwing on an XP booster when you are this close. Like, oh, maybe we'll finish it one mission quicker. Like, okay, in the grand scheme of things, I think we'll be alright either way.
Think for sure in a dawn.
Sounds like
we
the
got a big
name of
map.
a... I was just gonna say, the Dawn Vanquisher sounds like the name of some supervillain.
Hey, it's a great name.
This one's simple. Clear the
Or
area
like,
and lock it down.
maybe even a professional
Hostiles en
wrestler.
route.
Can't say I'm very experienced in the world of professional wrestling, but I don't know. The Vanquisher probably is more of a professional wrestling name. Dawn Vanquisher is maybe a little bit too much of a mouthful. Oh, you are a fake agent. You are the real one. Ow. That's where you are.
There's a bunch of people. Crap, there's a bunch.
Oh, great job, Lids. Throwing the incinerator at the wall. We're melting the iceberg.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
Did I get his foot?
All enemies clear.
I guess that
Keep
works.
it up.
Okay.
Blew up his toe.
Hostiles en route.
It was lethal. Catastrophic injury. Never be able to wear sandals again. No, don't stagger me right as I'm about to kill that agent who's about to energy drain me. Okay, ready? Watch this. Pariah sees me. I'm not cloaked. I cloak. Run behind the Pariah. Pariah knows I turned around. Granted, she did get distracted by your charge, but still. Didn't get the chance to demonstrate it quite as much, but may have been just enough for you to see what I was talking about.
Before I go to kill. I hate those stupid products.
What? No! I'm
Or
punching you.
sharpshooter.
You're not allowed to punch me.
Oh.
Reload. We're tracking reinforcements.
Check the
Located data
way.
sources. Get them uploaded before we lose the connection.
Okay. I'm on A, which admittedly is probably the best location for non-infiltrators, so I should probably move over to B, which would be the best place for me to do. You are the one ruining everything. Let's get rid of you. You are about to complicate things considerably.
Reading a flat line.
One moment, Pug. I need to get rid of this Hydra. And
Fragment up.
ideally not get blown up by it either.
Next one's on me.
Nearly through. Upload complete. Good job, Apex. Nearly through.
Oh. So much for going after that Audi.
Three more to go.
Get back here.
Reload. We're tracking reinforcements. Hostiles en route.
Target the Hydra.
No, get out of here, fake agent. Hello there. You did not get hit by that incinerate. You did. Okay. No, don't run away. Oh.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
Here, sharpshooter.
Yeah, it's running away. Unsurprisingly.
Good. Stay sharp.
Who lived? The sharpshooter who lived? Oh, not for long he didn't. Okay, if I don't get blasted right here, I'll get you Itachi. Never mind, I did get blasted. Here, let me... This. Do that. And do this. All according to plan.
Teammate injured.
I think I'm over here. Okay, get it. That works. Get the revive. Oh, that's not a great spot though. Not running.
Teammate injured.
Oh.
Three more to go.
Oh. Never mind. We'll just blast you in the face. Suppose that works too.
Enemies down. Keep your guard up.
The way.
Find artifacts and return to the drop. Got the drop. Teammate injured.
They're down.
Thank you.
Whoa. Too many Krogies in a tight place.
Artifact is secure. Squad member down.
Ow.
Squad member down.
Really?
Nearly through. Got the drop.
Nope. Come on. Hardcore failure. They might nab this. It's fine. No, you are not allowed to dodge that. Ow.
Sniper.
Artifact recovery is complete. Nice job. Three more to go. All clear for now.
Darn geometry.
Shuttle incoming. Get to the extraction zone.
If you guys want to just stand right... No, don't move now. It was so convenient the way they were all standing right next to each other. And they had to ruin. Ah, yes. ready? Here. So, oh, okay, now I need you to have the backlash up. Prove my point. Please put your backlash back up. Okay, never mind. So much for our science experiment.
Squad member down.
Oh, I did not see you. Okay, ready? She sees me. I cloak. She still sees me. Runs straight up to me even as I run away from her. She knows exactly where I am. Doesn't matter if I change which direction I'm facing. She still follows me. Her eyes can see you when you're cloaked. Does not matter what the circumstances are. It is always true. Why is that the case? Some silly programming mistake / lack of testing, presumably. Okay, please don't stagger me as I'm trying to flee the scene of the crime.
Teammate injured.
No!
Teammate injured. Tough mission, but you made it.
I don't know who did and did not make it out there. Your guess is as good as mine. It might have been me who didn't make it.
Looked like you got up.
Somebody went down just before me. I think they got up. Then I went down, may or may not have gotten up in time, and then someone else went down again right after me. It all happened so fast.
Nope, you didn't make it. What? I made it. I was standing.
No, Itachi!
Oh, okay. Gold extraction. We got it.
Was there, maybe there was
Just dragon.
an inferno grenade on the ground or something? Because it seemed like I was taking some sort of damage over time. I had just a little bit of health left. I thought, okay, maybe I'll just stay in cover, I'll be fine. But then, no, I still went down. But that might explain why a bunch of
There was
people
like
ended
three
up going down.
Krogan shooting things at us.
Yeah, maybe that's it. The flak cannon hits multiple
they had, like
times.
3 of them were shooting.
Yeah. That could have done it.
Okay. Who should I pick for a character?
Now, one more with this character should mean that we get our third bonus stat maxed out. I suppose I can switch up the weapon this time. So we did some piranha. Maybe we go the pistol route now. Let's go, let's do eagle. Eagle is good.
I liked it in the single player game. I haven't used him in a little while.
Ooh, Itachi, you're getting close to maxing out that ghost. That's good. He might start to see some alternate versions of the Ghost pop up. That'd be even better.
Gotta get them siphons.
You do!
Makes a world of difference.
Hostile territory, people. Secure this position and stay sharp.
I know all the siphons are red-ish, but at the same time, this one really just feels like it fits the color scheme of our character. Where'd the enemies go?
Hey, how do I use this guy again?
Teammate injured.
Oh, one moment.
Oh crap! I'm being held. Yeah, for me.
Oh.
What the heck's going on? Getting some weird lag.
Oh. Teleporting enemies?
Yeah, and me
Just
not
3
quite
hostiles
being in the.
remaining.
Shield! I thought I fixed that.
It's like
Right
glitching
place.
around a little bit where you're standing.
Yeah.
All clear for now. Enemies incoming.
Shield down!
Little enemies. They're all hiding.
I need more enemies.
I know.
Big cheese make me.
Down!
Teammate injured.
Thanks for the assist. Off my damn shield!
This is probably the best character against Remnant.
The Angara Exemplar? Is that who you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. When you have things going with him, you
Just
can
3
build a
hostiles
lot of
remaining.
good momentum. Oh, why did I think that was the last enemy already?
Sensors clear for now. Great shooting.
Well,
Key enemy personnel were tracked to that location. Take them out.
I'll go up here.
Destroyer!
Scratch one target. Info on a new target incoming. Stand by.
Target where? I don't see it.
Oh, there it is.
Where? Oh, way over there.
Target down.
Ow. Don't melee me. Ow.
Here, we're running away.
Just gonna wait for you to shoot blast and then run past so I don't get lasted into next week.
Target's still in the field.
Okay, now for you.
Squad member down.
Oh, I killed this thing. Now I killed it.
I need ammo.
Nice takedown.
Destroyer. Ammo's dry.
Ammo is not dry. Don't lie to me, game. Do not deceive me so.
All enemies clear. Keep it up. Hostiles en route.
Thanks for stopping by, Sovkrin. Have a good night.
Stop flying things.
What was that gonna do? Oh, it's a lot of broken machines. These are broken. Get some more.
Teammate injured. Teammate injured.
How'd you all get behind me?
Stop running.
Okay.
Reading a flat line.
Ah,
3 more to go.
I see. There's one of these guys.
Get the cover.
Did potentially just kill whoever it decided to change targets to.
Nice job, Apex.
I do apologize.
Teammate injured.
Uh-oh.
Kill dragon. How
Hostiles
cruel.
en route.
Almost there. Thank you. Destroyer.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Teammate injured.
Come on, go. Let me jump, please. Okay, never mind. Guess we aren't going that way after all.
Teammate injured.
Okay, go to the gun run.
Almost there.
Oh. Where were you?
Ooh, the guns off.
Teammate injured. Teammate injured.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
I'll help you.
Reading a flat line.
Oh, one moment.
Teammate injured.
I fell off the map and it respawned me right in front of the.
I need to close. I'm sorry, Dachi.
Tiger
1 second.
gun.
Oh, no. Whoa! Where did you come from? Hello to you too. Mind some personal space, please.
The destroyer? Yeah, I fell off the map and it freaking respawned me right in front of the destroyer main gun.
Ah, that stinks. Speaking of the destroyer main gun.
I need ammo!
Oh, I do need all of the ammos, in fact.
Destroyer!
3 left. Go get them. That hurt them. Be ready.
ISIS.
Okay.
The enemy's tapping into civilian comm traffic. We need to take out their uplink devices. One device down.
Oh, the sniper's been shooting me through the floor.
Oh,
Enemy tech shut down.
lovely. Oh, it's the one right there. I was actually very close to it.
Hang in there, Apex.
Excuse me. Nope. Please don't do that.
Enemy tech is
That was very close.
I'm reading a flat line.
Oh, where are we getting him? Fine.
I got the 2 big dudes.
3 more to go. All clear for now. Shuttle incoming. Get to the extraction zone.
Ah. You know what? Thanks, but no thanks. Not sure that's my cup of tea. Oh, well, granted, I did just basically do a loop and ended up in the same place. Oh,
Where did you come from?
just wanted to stop by and say hello. He's quite friendly once you get to know him.
Yeah, let's get rid of your gun. Gun's bad. Open up your big fat mouth. There we go.
Oh. 30 seconds.
I guess we should go, huh? Yeah.
Mission complete. Full team secured. Good work.
There we go. Health regeneration cap now maxed out. And
Nice.
that means 3 out of 5 are all the way there. Only 2 left. The ones that, yeah, we've been working on the most as of late, because we kind of anticipated we'd find ourselves in this situation sooner or later. Okay. Well, now that we are done with that character, I was saying maybe we break out what I'm pretty sure was our first setup. This guy with not the Dawn, but instead the Crusader. Now, technically the base Crusader. If you want to be particular, it would be this. With no weapon mods, if you want to be really particular. And we're trying to truly, I mean, I could like look it up rather than trying to recall exactly what it was, but in my brain, it's this character. I think it's Sandstorm, and the enemy I'm not so sure of, because as I was mentioning earlier, we basically died immediately, and I truly mean like the first enemy we saw killed us multiple times, and so we might have defeated 2 or 3 enemies total before we all bled out. Let me see. Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Show all. Then reverse by date. Hold on. Mute the ad. Skip the ad. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, it is Vanguard. Base Mail Vanguard. Oh, the map we were just on. Paradox. Ket. And the weapon is not what I originally thought it was, but it is what I feared it might have been. I'm afraid if we are truly trying to recreate it as authentically as possible, it would be...
You would have to reset all your character points.
I mean, that is also technically true. It'd be this. It would be bronze, I suppose. But we can stay on gold. We'll go Ket to recreate that. And then it's not the Crusader. It is not the Crusader. It is, as I feared, the Venom.
A Vanguard with a Venom.
I mean, I assume I probably didn't take any boosters. So again, if we want to be incredibly authentic, we reset ourselves back down to level 1. We don't take any consumables. Like, okay, we'll draw the line here. I think this is
platinum because you were curious that day.
Yeah, right. We'll take some artistic liberties. Oh, Itachi needs a minute? Okay, no worries. So what you're saying is we should change it to platinum while Itachi is away. What? Who said that? suppose we could pay a visit to the shop. So is this about to reset by any chance? Nope. No, that's definitely going to stay on ultra rare characters. And rather than cashing in all of our credits at the end, we could get a little bit of a head start here. So we got, what, the Black Widow Siphon, I think, was the only ultra rare weapon that we got at the beginning today. Which is a good one, but only one. Blah. Some ultra rare consumables, but no weapons on that occasion. That's obviously what we're looking for the most part.
I rarely get the things I want.
Yeah. Another little thing that could have happened potentially this week to commemorate the 100th session of Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. This is, not... Well, I don't know. Read into this however you will, but our Apex rating in Mass Effect Andromeda was very close to passing our whatever the terminology is for the equivalent or near equivalent thing in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. We're at just over 95,000 in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, whereas we're just under 95,000 for Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Obviously, those scores, although they function somewhat similarly, they are calculated in different ways between the two games. We've been playing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer a lot longer than Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, although I actually probably put more hours, I definitely put more hours into Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer on a week-to-week basis, because I am playing this off-stream, whereas usually I am not for Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, except that this week, I did do a little bit of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer in between streams to do a makeup recording on YouTube, and that is probably the thing that made it such that we are now out of reach. We are not able to further commemorate the 100th Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer session by surpassing our Mass Effect 3 multiplayer score. But yeah, it's so grindy in Andromeda.
And then I see those dudes that have like 370,000.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing basically every day, doing all of the dailies for 2 years straight, and I'm just under 100,000.
Yeah,
But
that's crazy.
But you have other people who are 200, 300,000, and obviously that means they've been that consistent for that many years longer. That's saying something.
Yep. Same map.
It had to be this way.
You know the drill. Hold this position.
Oh my
clear
goodness,
enemy
what is...
forces. Let's do
It's
it.
Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. This is incredible. What is this? What is this all about? This is such a new and exciting experience. How does this weapon... Oh no, this weapon is horribly awful. What on earth did they do to it? Why did they change it? Going into Mass Effect Andromeda, it was perfect in Mass Effect 3. This weapon is atrocious. Don't understand why they felt the need to butcher it.
Make you sing a song.
Oh, and then I... Having just played the Infiltrator all day today and only just switched, I pressed what is now the Nova button, thinking that that was a cloak button.
I do that sometimes.
It turned into a Nova from such great heights, and of course I had to come down now, but the intention was to power up the Venom shot, which did not end up happening.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
I'll have to inform the Postal Service of this.
Enemies down. Keep your guard up. Hostiles en route.
Did that Wraith just growl at me with its butt? Because it certainly looked like it. Maybe it's best if we don't think about that. I also very nearly just cloaked, air quotes, right in front of that enemy as well. It does no damage either. I mean, granted, this is coming with... Did I put on any consumables? I think I put on consumables, but not weapon mods. So obviously, damage could be better. I thought that that was going to tell me I was dead, as I was mid-charge animation.
Relax. Go get him. Enemies clear. Stay alert.
Just like we practiced.
Intel says the can't left genetic surveying devices
Oh,
in your area.
that
Let's
works.
find and disable them.
Oh,
Enemy tech shut down.
recollection.
Oh, I thought it was pizza. It was only a device. I knew that. I was running TLC.
What problem got?
Conveniently, the next device was close to the LZ. That was just a coincidence. A happy accident. Ow. Please stop that. Okay, this actually could become a problem. Thank you.
Almost done.
Fuck you, baby.
I'll cover you.
All enemy devices are now offline. Squad member
Oh.
down.
Yes, I would like to charge the target directly in front of me, please. Please do not tell me that there's a target required in that circumstance.
Enemies down. Keep your guard up.
Oops.
Hostiles en route.
Hold on. One more time. He can hit me from here. And he can practically kill me from here. Okay, fair enough. He's not gonna like this, though. Yep, that was very close.
I'm reading a flat line.
Yeah, this is my first time, so I think this is okay. What does this enemy do? Besides just stand there menacingly. Interesting. Very interesting. Wait, it's frozen in midair. Uh-oh. Oh, you did not care about that. That was very confusing.
Three left. Go get him.
Also, was that our character's voice that just dropped 2 octaves?
Good. Stay
It sounded very Batarian-like. Yeah, just assume all the big things are harmless, right?
Hostiles
It was very cooperative with our science experiments. I think the aliens are friendly.
Shields are out.
Oh. Okay. Oh look, this one wants to give us a hug. How sweet. Oh, that just didn't do any damage. Somehow. That makes lots of sense. Lots of sense. Oh. Who designed the Mass Effect Andromeda Venom?
Teammate injured.
Who thought this was okay? Oops. That's not good. Nope. Bad. Bad doggo. Nope. Oh, you want an authentic, for not quite first game experience, but early Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer experience. Can the enemies find me here?
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
I'm safe here, right? Oh. It actually did hit them.
Reload.
For what it's
We're
worth,
tracking
that did
reinforcements.
almost work.
A logical outcome.
Objects of interest detected in the mission area.
Okay,
Fine.
now it is actually pizza. Don't tell me I'm low on ammo when I haven't fired my weapon.
Artifact is secure. Artifact is secure. Almost done. Artifact recovered.
Oh. Stupid dog.
Teammate injured.
Oh.
Amazing how well the game times things up between
Artifact
all the
recovery is complete.
characters.
Nice job.
Wait, did that actually work? Did that... I mean, obviously the enemy was already dead, but did it send him flying? Because that was the intention, and it really looked like the Ascendant corpse got sent. Oh, everyone's dead. Oh. Oh, come... Are those guys dead? They're not dead. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Enemies clear. Stay alert. Time to go. Get to the extraction site. Ascendant, watch out!
Did you just hear my voice be 2 octaves lower for the first half of that line and then go back to the normal sound after that? That was very strange. You think he sees me waving from such great heights? I don't know. I'll stay. I'm really curious how far you can fire this. Huh. Now we can witness how little damage this does.
Incoming fire!
Someone else was shooting me. Oh. Where? Here's what I think of you. Oh, never mind. Guards obstructed. I take it back. I mean no harm. I come in peace. I would like to do though is go. Come on. Come
30
on.
seconds.
Squad member down.
14 seconds.
There we go. They'll never see me.
That's how Apex gets it done. Come on, hold.
Down to 1.
Oh, I suppose we made it past wave 1 and even got full extraction, which is not canonically accurate.
All right, I think that's my last one for tonight.
All right, no worries. GG's, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for the games.
Catch you later. All right. Well, that does mean we have room for at least one more person. We could potentially even make room for 2 more since this person is a random pug if anyone else is interested in getting in. I know it is getting a little bit late, but I'm good to go for a few more. So we've checked off the bonus stat, recreating, well, there you go. Now we definitely have 2 spots. But yeah, so we've checked off the bonus stat, recreated our first Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer match. We did 1 match with requests, but, oh, Itachi's going to head out as well. Okay, no worries. GG's Itachi. We've not done any challenges yet. Now, of course, at the moment, it's just me. I mean, technically, there may be some that are possible. Yeah, many of them technically could be with any number of members of the party, so could even try to break one of those out in a solo. But if we were to solo, we should... Well, hold on. Let me see. Would any of these make... Maybe I could potentially do the Batarian one as a solo. Okay. Actually not sure if it needs to be a chance. It needs to be a specific Batarian. I'm not sure which one, though. There's a chance that it does need to be one of the Batarians and the other one doesn't work. I just don't know which one that is. So I'm a little worried that I will take a 50-50 chance and guess wrong. Let me see if there's a different one that I could do. Technically, this would be easier as a solo. But overall is kind of challenging. That one, I suppose, works. That one. Okay. Well, yeah, let me know if anyone else would like to get in. As I was saying, I'm kind of just eyeing a list of a few different Andromeda challenges, one of which we were talking about earlier involves everyone taking a Batarian. There's more to it than just that, but that is one aspect at least. And it's relatively straightforward in the grand scheme of things, so if you're feeling like you're potentially interested, but not all that intrigued by some sort of challenging or complicated, well, challenge, then you need not be concerned on this occasion. Maybe I will just take a gamble on picking one of the Batarians. I feel like if I had to choose one over the other, it might be the Vanguard. If I had to guess... And if we are going to solo with him, I'd rather not do that on gold. In truth, I'd probably rather do that on bronze if we're going to make it be a solo. Unless anyone else does want to hop in which case, at that point, we could probably go with whatever. But let's do... We'll embrace the punching. I mean, that's... Realistically, we shouldn't really need much of anything on bronze, right? Okay, but the gist of this challenge, as I was saying before, it's called Time to Celebrate. The full details are that all players must take a Batarian character, and anytime a Batarian says time to celebrate at the end of the wave, which at least one of the Batarians does do, I'm not sure if it's both of them, then all players must immediately start dancing with their character. So that's, like I said, it's pretty straightforward in the grand scheme of things, but it does require that one uses a Batarian. So that's what I am eyeing, given how, it's perhaps a little bit of time to celebrate here. Given that, it's, yes, an arbitrary number, but a big number nonetheless that we have reached today. So that's what I'm thinking. And theoretically is doable as a solo, as long as I guess the correct Batarian, if in fact it does matter which Batarian I choose. But might not be the worst thing to have at least one other person in so we can take the other Batarian and at least have our bases covered, in case I am wrong. But I feel like it is this guy, if not both of them, who have that line. Oh, and technically, yeah, no, okay, no, that is it. That is all. For a second there, started thinking about a different challenge and blending them together, but no, that's different. Just everyone takes Batarian. If at the end of the wave, any of the Batarians say time to celebrate, you must immediately start dancing. So, let's do it. Let's do it. Have a bit of a dance party, perhaps. Do we have the floating annihilation? I honestly don't remember, but I was just thinking that might be particularly dance party-esque. I was just thinking of like, what? Okay, well, it's nighttime. That's maybe, you know, more fitting for that as well. Enemy is Ket.
This one's simple. Clear the area and lock it down. Enemies
Just
incoming.
like trying to plan out the dance moves, you know? So we were talking about this character earlier. I was saying then, I'll say it now. Fun character for sure, but very squishy. So we can run around and punch people off the map, even on a solo, as long as it's bronze. But this is, you know, probably not one of my first choice characters for plat or even gold in many cases, I think. It does not appear as though we have the floating annihilation, although it is still setting up some interesting stuff nonetheless. With those explosive punches. Lost shields, he says. We can address that. We can fix it. Okay, now this is the key question. Listen closely once we take out this enemy. Do we say time to celebrate?
That hurt them. Be ready. Smoked them.
Smoked him, he says. No, I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Hostiles en route. Get moving.
So I don't know. I mean, we'll see if we end up getting that line. If not, then maybe it's just simply put, not time to celebrate. Oh. Is especially fun, not just when you set off the biotic combos with your punch, but also when there are explosive containers nearby that turn them into fire punches or electric punches. I mean, that one technically was the charge that made it happen. Or is there a cryo container there as well? Wow.
3 more to go.
Listen closely when we get this guy.
Sensors clear for now. Great shooting. Good work.
Good work. No. Nothing yet.
Key enemy personnel were
It's not time to celebrate.
Take them out. Can do.
But that's why I was saying it might have been best if we had one other Batarian person. In case this Batarian just never says that line and it's actually just the Scrapper who does it. Because if that is the case, we're going to be waiting for a long time. And it may just never happen. There's a chance these guys have the same lines. The Scrapper and the, and a Vanguard, although
Target eliminated.
with basically every other character. Ow, that's not good. I think with basically every other character, even members of the same species still have unique lines. Oh, charge is still on cooldown. That's why I can't charge. I knew that. Oh, it's still on charge. Please allow me to charge. Thank you. Okay, I will admit, not the biggest fan of this right now. I'm actually surprised Behemoth has taken this much damage because it feels like we've not really had the chance to attack him at all. There we go. Punch. Oh, that was supposed to be a ground slam, but instead we'll punch his head off while we are basically standing on his head. Is the last on me? Oops, or is there one more? Excuse me. Don't interrupt my punch with your punch.
Enemies down. Keep your guard up. Smoke them.
No, smoked him again. I'm getting a little worried here. We might have been on the wrong Batarian. I think my logic behind choosing this one was sometimes they just go absolutely crazy when we set off the explosion with the punches, but my logic for taking this guy was I felt like I heard that line pretty often when I played Batarian characters, and I feel like I've played this guy more than I have the Scrapper. So putting 2 and 2 together, thought that meant maybe this guy is the one who has that line, but perhaps those assumptions were wrong. Still early, though. We may be okay. Whoa. A lot of people to punch. Okay, hold on. Get this in. Carefully. No! Getting a lot of smokedoms.
Enemies incoming.
I think it might be the other Batarian. I mean, every once in a while, the game really mixes... That was interesting. The game really mixes up which lines the characters say. Like, you'll sometimes hear ones that, after playing this game for 2,000 hours, I've never heard before, and you're like, why now? Why did you never show me this line previously? And perhaps the opposite can be true as well. I thought I heard the Time to Celebrate line a whole lot. But maybe today, for whatever reason, Andromeda says no. Why, hello there. Would you like to be punched as well? It can be arranged.
3 more to go.
No. Almost always that line, it seems. And this is also not a great objective for solos. Unless we can
We've located data sources.
split ourselves into
Before we lose the connection.
the 3 separate battalions. Okay, I might have to shoot, I'm sorry. I'm not happy about it either. Also, you know what? Had enough of you. Who is in here? Oh, you are in here. Yeah, as you can see already, not ideal in solos. This is only 1/3 of the areas we need to lock down. We still have yet to get it.
Data transfer.
Okay, and please. Pardon the punch. Ow. I would love if you'd let me charge. Thank you. Oh, this is actually the worst spot on this map. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. This is... It's actually up there. Oops. Up there a bit. In terms of worst spots in the game. Forget about this one. Fair bit. For whatever reason. But it's not good. And it can be really not good. That punch, however, was really good. The plus side of having all the enemies clustered right on top of each other, one big biotic punch can take them all out. But the reason why this spot is so bad, much like many of the other bad spots, is it is a choke point that enemies love to go through from multiple different angles. In a relatively central position. So they actually do come from many angles. Sometimes simultaneously, whereas this one is one of the better ones on this map. Hear you. Oh, I see.
Upload complete.
Okay.
Good job, Apex. Almost
Let's
done.
go punch a cat now. Let's go punch a cat. I would like to bet this libertarian is not right.
3 more to go.
For the challenge, think we might. Need to switch to the other libertarian. Yeah, no, I admittedly only actually remember the rhythm for like the first 2 lines of that song. Probably because I haven't heard it in like
Extraction zone.
25 plus years. Ow. Excuse me, sir. Might I able to interest you. In a knuckle sandwich? It's today's special. Wait. What? How did we just get a weak point kills medal from punching a dude? How did that happen? How did we get a weak point kills medal from punching somebody? I don't understand. I'm very confused. I really do want to punch that guy? That, that, I need you, that, okay. Then obviously at the end, oh, it wouldn't let me charge. So yeah, I don't think we ever heard the line we were looking for. I think that tells us, maybe not quite definitively, but makes a decent case. Makes you suspect that that was the wrong Batarian. So I suppose we could give this an attempt number 2 with the other Batarian. No, the Bronze Apex resets soon, but has not done so yet. I was just gonna say, if we were gonna do a Bronze solo, then maybe we do it on the Apex just to get a little more out of it. But perhaps it was actually time to celebrate with Watermelon, and that's the reason why the other Batarian was just not feeling it, you know? And now for this guy, I mean, we could also go the melee route. Oh, okay, I'm glad we saw this. That can work, but it's good to know in advance what we're getting ourselves into. So, what do we think? Do we go punchy stuff with him too? I mean, obviously we have Snap Freeze, which is pretty sweet. We go Snap Freeze plus punching. Then again, the punching worked particularly well last time because we had Ket. Whereas if we get Revenant, that is not nearly as straightforward. So, I mean, we'll make it work either way. But the key question is, perhaps now might it be time to celebrate? I mean, I'm not enthused about the enemy.
Hostile territory, people. Secure this position and stay
But maybe freezing them and then punching them in the face is just what they deserve. And then that is worth celebrating. Like that. Oh. There was no snap freeze involved there. That was just a flat cannon that apparently blew up a cryo container. Also, apparently flat cannon just one-shot stuff on bronze. I guess it sort of hits multiple times, so maybe that doesn't quite qualify as a one-shot. That is also depending on you actually hitting the enemy. Does require that. Oh. No. No, I heard you. There we go. I do feel like more or less refusing to shoot does perhaps complicate this more than it has to be complicated.
Just 3 hostiles.
Why do you have to go and make things so complicated, you know? Okay, hold on. This is the key moment.
Good. Stay sharp. Good deal.
No, not that time. Okay. But it was a different line. Confirmation. The two Batarians do have different voice lines.
Clear out.
There we go. There's a little Avenger action for you. That is... okay. Well, I suppose it did sort of hit. Wasn't a complete whiff. Oh, that's pretty dance-like, though. Hold on. Especially if we can get multiple people in range of it. You see that? They dance to death. Okay, please don't snipe me. The sharpshooter did not approve of their dance moves, apparently. You. Are you the fun police? Sharpshooter? Ow. You were there the whole time.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
Okay. So now what we do... get rid of you. I'd love for you guys to be next to each other so we can all dance together.
Lane is clear. Stay alert. Got him all.
No! It wasn't time to celebrate. Even with that setup.
Enemy targets nearby. Let's take them
Did
out.
we miss one in the previous match? I feel like I didn't focus on it quite as much as we got to the latter waves because I felt like, oh, okay. Seems as though we picked the wrong Batarian. Maybe I jumped a little too much to conclusion. Too quickly to conclusions, though. Yeah, I knew you were coming up. So you better get this party started. On what is now a Saturday morning, technically.
Scratch 1 target.
And we're starting it right. Ow.
Nice takedown.
Oh. No, that's definitely not my kind of party. Oh. Oh, last one? Okay, sweet. Black Cannon, you for the dance moves.
I heard them. Be ready.
Nothing. Says nothing. It was a fiery dance party. And he has no comment. Might have been equally entertaining to actually detonate that with a concussive shot, but just watching them all crumble to bits and pieces with the flak cannon was also a little interesting as well. Let's get you guys. Now we'll do it. Oh, hold on. 1 second. Now we do it that way. Stop running. Hello there. No, it's really my internal timer for an Audi sneaking up behind me was going off. So I assumed I had to move. Are there even Audis on this wave? Might
Just
not
3
be.
hostiles remaining.
Come on. Okay. Move in. Black cannon. Dance it up. Dance it up.
Be ready.
No! No celebrations! What gives?
Hostiles en route.
Maybe the real challenge is just somehow getting your Batarian to say that in the first place. So no matter which Batarian I take, they seem to refuse. Nope. Hope I don't actually want to be next to it. I was just picking up some ammo. Excuse me, sir. Please don't do that. That's not really who I wanted to hit with that. The one fake enemy.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
Oh, one more. Okay, we're gonna try.
Nice job, Apex. Keep it going.
No. It's just not happening. I wonder if the lines that they say at the end of the wave vary depending on how many people you have in your party, and if technically it's just never gonna happen regardless of which Batarian we take, as long as we only have one person in our party right now. Because that might explain why at times we have heard voice lines that we seemingly have never heard before. It might be that
Artifact is
we just had an unusual number of people in the party at that point in time. It feels like every single enemy is right here right now, and I think that is because that is a factual statement. What can I say? They want the pizza.
got the drop.
There. Hydra pizza. Hydra wife. Uh-oh. This is gonna hurt. Stop missiling me.
Artifact is secure.
I mean, technically, Hydras don't respawn on bronze, so if we were to just take it out, it would not come back. So in many cases, that is the optimal thing to do, especially in solos.
Last drop received.
Just make your life a little bit easier that way. That is a grenade. That, although it's been a little while since we last played the Infiltrator, in my brain, that button was the tactical cloak button.
Enemies cleared. Stay alert.
I was about to say that was the one time I didn't make a point of using... Oh, I have not really climbed up in that exact spot before. This bar,
Shuttle
the
incoming.
little
Get
one,
to the
that's a little
extraction
bit
zone.
lower. That one right there. Yes, well, we were up there. But yeah, that was the one time when I didn't really make a point of using the flak cannon to get the final kill of the wave. I was like, maybe that's going to be the thing that ultimately does it. Maybe it's the thing you use to get the last kill of the wave. And that's why we keep on getting the wrong voice line. I don't know. Oh, I was hoping to get everyone with that. Didn't quite go according to plan. That should be a lot of people, though. Oh, that's not important. Shields. Get out of here with your silly shields. I don't want any of that nonsense. Oh, nope, overjumped it. Okay, now, but to clarify, I would like shields for myself. I can understand why that might be a little bit confusing before I made that distinction. Uh-oh.
All targets down.
Alright, I mean, apparently it was never time to celebrate. Andromeda doesn't deserve the... I mean, I do think that, you know, the immediate bashing and unwillingness for many people to even try the game was unwarranted, but it does have some pretty fundamental flaws that do show their head, especially when you start playing a lot and playing on the higher difficulties where the flaws become more punishing / noticeable when they pop up. So it's far from perfect, for sure. But it does have its fun aspects still. All right. Well, I mean, I suppose I might be good for one more here. We never really had time to celebrate, so I mean, we might. I don't think we can say we did that one. It just never happened. It just never happened. But if we'd like to conclude with something else, we could, I suppose, just hop into a random group. Yeah, and by the time as I was mentioning earlier, I only started playing the campaign about 3 years ago, multiplayer about 2 years ago. Not that they've been working on it in the past 2 to 3 years, because the game came out a while before then, but they did slowly make a few updates to fix some of the worst issues, so I did not experience the game at its worst. So that is certainly a factor. But, I've said it countless times, the number of issues I have with the outlaw as the enemy, the outlaw enemy type in particular, every enemy except for the most basic ones, the raiders, and I suppose the Turian ones, what are they, the anarchists? Everyone else has at least one pretty fundamental flaw that honestly feels like, it was designed by someone who spent 0 time playtesting it, or just made absolutely ludicrous decisions for whatever reason, regardless of whether they chose to balance them or not. They just decided to go in a seemingly senseless direction, in my personal opinion. Things like, allowing Audi grab animations to interrupt absolutely anything that you do, even if you've teleported halfway across the map with a biotic charge. No, you actually are stuck in an Audi grab animation. Stuff like that. Which is just, if it happens every once in a while, you can laugh it off. If it happens in, a lower difficulty match when it's not going to lead to you dying, you can laugh it off. If it happens in Plat, 1 life to live, it causes you to die and likely lose the mission altogether, that becomes a lot more frustrating. And I would probably go beyond frustrating and say that's just downright unfair at that point, because that's no fault of your own that, there's this horrible this bug that they overlooked, or, design flaw that they overlooked that leads you to just lose the game for reasons that are completely or almost completely out of your control. And that's just objectively bad design. Okay, I'm gonna see. It's late enough that there may not be anyone else on right now, but I'm just gonna see. We try to hop into someone else's lobby and we don't even care about the difficulty. Where do we end up? Bronze, Aqua. All right, fair enough. That is fine. I don't know if we've done any kineticists today. And given that we have now... Oops, not that. That's not what I'm looking for. Given that we have now maxed out all but max health and max shields, or rather, and health and shield regeneration delay reduction bonus stats, it's going to be more of that stuff. Oh, what just happened? Huh? We might have gotten booted from the lobby? Because otherwise, I don't know why we'd be on a loading screen right now. That was very confusing. Usually it says you've been kicked from the lobby if you have been kicked from the lobby. But they had not loaded into the match, I don't think. So it looked like they were waiting to start. I don't know what to make of that. Yeah, Big Country, you played it at launch, the game was almost unplayable. Yeah, so it's certainly playable. And if you're playing it casually, then I think it can be a lot of fun, especially, for those people who completely overlooked it. It's when you start to push the limits where those flaws really start to come to the surface. And, I may play this game a lot, that is in large part because of how grindy it is to unlock things for it. This is not one of my favorite games. I can say that pretty comfortably. Oh no, Lids, it's the 100th time you're doing this one on stream. How could you say that? Yeah, I mean, like, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer is very, very much ahead of this in terms of, you know, games that I prefer to play, if not for the fact that we had to do a whole bunch of grinding, not only on stream, but a ton of time off stream to have any sort of meaningful progress towards unlocking characters and weapons. I would not play this game anywhere near as much as I do. I probably would not play it off stream at all, which is basically what I do for Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, even though I do like that one a lot. And, you know, that's not to say, oh, Mass Effect Andromeda is a horrible game that I hate playing, but then again, there are times when it does feel that way, when those things happen to you. Okay, well, we did get someone in here. In fact, I've done some matches with this person before. Well, we probably shouldn't do random everything. That's probably not a great idea. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, at a certain point when there are at times glaring issues, it's like, what's the... Lost my train of thought a little bit, or lost the phrase that I was going to use. You know, it's like, why am I forcing myself to continue to play this game that did not have the decency to put even the most minimal of efforts into play testing and balance testing? Like, you know, at a certain point, you have to respect yourself enough and respect your time enough to say, this is not worthy of this kind of time investment and effort. So, I mean, there are definitely, given how
Area and lock it down.
I spend a lot of time on this game off stream, there are a whole lot of times when I do honestly feel that way about this game.
Squad member down.
Oops.
Thanks for that.
Which is basically to say, do not take the amount of time that I play this game on stream or off stream as a sign of me thinking this is one of the best games that I've ever played, because that is definitely not the case. It certainly has its fun moments, but it is quite the roller coaster ride at times.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
It's not always a welcome thing.
Down to one.
All enemies clear. Keep it up.
A logical outcome.
Enemies headed your way.
New location. Careful.
I waited long enough for that to blow up again. I did not.
Watch yourself.
troops.
How are my shields down? Watch yourself.
3 more to go. Enemies clear. Stay alert.
I got some great data from that.
Recovery requested. Locate and recover
Ascendant!
objects of interest.
Oh, did I? I thought I...
Artifact recovered.
Not even intentionally, but ended up pulling those enemies through our teammates' trip mines. There was a grenade here. Ow.
Got the drop.
Lost shields.
Teammate injured.
Also, ow. Okay, he is coming. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh,
Teammate injured.
okay. Let's return the favor.
Got you. Watch yourself. Lost shields.
Oh, that was
Watch yourself.
a conveniently located trip mine. And that may or may not have been me trying to lift our teammate.
Nearly through. Got the drop.
Oh no, that dodge did not work out according to the plan. We got body blocked by a wraith, which meant I didn't dodge as far as I wanted to, which meant we got hit by the big attack from the Ascendant.
Lost shields.
Oh dear. You have an angle on me? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can still hit me from there.
Thank you.
Thank you indeed.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
It's just you and me, huh? No, that didn't work. Oh, I also wasn't Ascended, so I couldn't spam that as much as I needed to. Hello. No.
Be ready.
And I even got the kill when I was not trying to. I wanted to bash his head into the ground.
Hostiles en route.
Get clear. Tag the fiend.
Oh, that also just didn't hit. Okay, gotta go. Better, teammate? I think it was.
Enemy fire.
Oh, I don't have Ascension mode yet.
Gotta fix that.
I was gonna say I could really use the shields right now. There we go. Uh-oh. Leave our friend alone. Never mind.
How are my shields down?
Okay, come on. Come on. Thank you. Ow. Oh, I heard you. Oh! Ooh, okay. Catch you later, fiend.
Tag speed.
Oh, pardon me. Thought this was extraction wave. This is wave 5. Okay. It's in the back of my mind. I was going, I'm not sure I want to be hanging out near the LZ right now. At least, not until we're a little closer to extraction, although we're a lot further than from extraction than I realized. It wasn't until I looked over and saw, no, there's no timer.
Reading a flatline.
Darned box. Oh, it also was why I hadn't ascended. We're not on extraction wave, then I believe.
Reload.
Oh, I was about to say, that'd be a good opportunity to just punch the last dude, and he did. Alright, we did get a third person in. I do recognize that name. They were one of the people who was with us for a little while there.
We're picking up classified data on the Scourge.
And it's not a bad time to get some reinforcements. Having 3 people for a 3-part objective is kind of nice.
Careful.
One moment.
Fragment uploaded. Reading a flatline.
Hold on.
Just casually hop back and forth between these 2 spots. Maybe, occasionally whittling away at this fiend's health. We don't have a great way to deal with fiends on this character. Paw does have a lot of damage. However, it's not great against armor. Since we can't pick up the fiends, it does actually mean we're a little limited in our ability to deal with them. More noticeable, of course, on plat. On gold, it's not a huge issue,
Almost done.
but it's a little noticeable at times. That health bar is not moving that quickly.
Upload complete. Well done, team. Hang in there, Apex.
Welcome back, Boris. This is probably going to be our last one, I imagine. So it is starting to get pretty late. Speaking of going to sleep, I probably will need to do that myself pretty soon. As long as we do ME3 tomorrow, we're good. Okay.
3 left. Go get them.
Was that the last guy? No, it's not.
That hurt them.
That was.
Be ready.
A logical outcome.
Time to go. Get to the extraction site.
Hello. Looks like we're maybe, yep, over here.
Watch the enemy fire. Shield. Got a six.
Ow. Uh-oh.
Reading a flat line. I'm reading a flat
Uh-oh,
line.
uh-oh.
I'll help.
No! Yeah, I mean, he was still able to get both of us, but I was a little concerned for a second there. It's like, oh, we've been down for a little while now.
I'm with you.
Is this gonna hit us as well? You bet it
Reading a
is.
flat line.
Thanks for that.
Everything going 100% according to plan. Low on ammo, she says, when we have no ammo to speak of. You
Teammate injured.
hop over. Uh-oh.
Lost shield.
Okay, hey, Jill. I'm gonna need a Jill.
All targets down. Everyone standing.
There
Rings
we
around me.
go. Very, very clean finish there. Just what we were looking for. Never give the enemies a chance. All right. I think it makes sense for us to make that be our last match of the night. Since we have been going for a while now and it is getting quite late. And as we were just saying, we are hoping to do some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer tomorrow, so want to still be ready to do that. We did spend some credits earlier today midstream, but we do have a little bit of stuff we can cash in now. Get a few more of these. Question is, can we get a few more of the ultra rare weapons? But unfortunately not. So that means, I believe, the Black Widow Siphon is the only ultra rare weapon that we got today. But we're just holding on to these mission funds. Hopefully at some point this will flip back around to ultra rare weapon, and once it does, we can cash in quite a bit. But that day is not today. But today was day 100, and we tried to make that be cause of celebration, although the Batarians, well, I'm afraid they disagreed.